Hello guys, today we're looking at a slightly modified Dodge Challenger. It's only a convertible now, it's full carbon fiber, and it looks like a Cuda with a supercharged V8 under the hood. And the gentleman that built it is right here. This is Danny from 612 Auto Works. Now Danny, what is it that we're looking at here? Tell us a little bit about your company, what you guys do.
Yeah, so we do a lot of these body conversions. We started out doing the 69 Chargers, 69 and 68 Chargers, and then we kind of transitioned over to the Cudas about a year ago. Yeah, so it basically starts its life as a Hellcat Challenger, brand new car, and we skin the body off of it, and we have these custom body panels that we make that basically convert it to look like our interpretation of what a modern Cuda would be. Not a replica. We don't want it to be exact. So right. I know some people they freak out about that because the dimensions might be off or it's too big because Cudas were really small cars.
You're limited by the hard points of the Challenger.
Exactly. So this is our take on a brand new Cuda.
Very nice. And what a take it is, because I mean, it's not just like you only change the front end or the rear end, right? When you look at the entire body, the hood, all the way down the side, it's been completely changed.
Yep.
Now, it's carbon fiber, so I do have to ask, is it any lighter? How much weight does it save?
Yeah, so, well, normally, like, on our hardtop ones, we haven't really done anything with the convertible. They might be a little bit heavier because of everything that's added to them. But, like, on a normal hardtop car, you really only save about 300-400 pounds because
I mean that's a ton of weight.
Yeah, it is. The cars are so light already. So the main places where you're saving weight is like bumpers and stuff because like hoods and fenders and door skins, that stuff's already so light. So
okay. Yeah, I mean, still, it looks pretty cool, too, once you get that final finish. And obviously, the convertible requires a little bit more reinforcement, right, in terms of making sure it's somewhat structurally sound.
Yeah, so this was our first time ever working on a convertible. So when we started working on it, we noticed the company who did the convertible setup, and I'm not going to throw anyone's names out there, but we did notice it was a little bit soft. And when we put it up, we put it up on a lift, it had a lot of flex. Right. So basically what we had to add is kind of like a half roll cage style brace bar on either side of the car just to keep everything from, sinking a little bit when you lift it up from the center, which is the issue we were having because, if you go and do that, then nothing's going to line up and everything's going to look funky. So
yeah, the door jambs in particular are going to change.
Exactly. So we're gluing all these panels on because we cut the stock ones off. We gotta bond all this stuff on. So if that car is sitting on a lift while we're bonding and it's sagging, we're gonna put it together very, very wrong. So we had to straighten that up and make sure that car was jigged out and absolutely flat before we could start doing the body. So that was kind of one of the harder parts that we ran into with doing the first convertible.
But on the upside of that, you've also probably slightly improved the performance then by making it a little bit more rigid as well.
Definitely.
So there's some upside to that.
Yeah, there is some upside to it. It does also look cool because, who doesn't like a cool little like half cage,
Well, yeah, and it's nice that you guys were able to add some additions that, when you see the exterior of this car, it doesn't detract from it, but knowing that there's more engineering, let's say, underneath the vehicle to improve it as well.
Exactly.
So let's start with the front here. Obviously, this now looks like a Cuda. This is a, 71 inspired Cuda?
71.
Okay, and so what all do we have going on here? Is this all 3D printed, billet? What are we looking at?
Yeah, so this grill, it's made up of, I think it's like 17 pieces or something like that. Each one of these cups, these are all separate pieces. And then these grills behind them are all separate pieces. Wow. We got these grills. We've got a headlight surround kind of door deal. We've got lower grills down here. And all those parts are custom CNC'd. This car, we went with a brushed and tinted clear finish on them all. We did like the honeycomb style CNC cut to keep it with that. I think that screams Mopar to me.
I was going to say, it's a Mopar theme, kind of like the Scat Pack, the Bees, the Hornets.
And we'll see when we get into the interior, we kind of kept that theme going on. So
okay, very cool. So moving down, obviously we have a new hood as well, right? Carbon fiber.
Yep. So normally these are billet as well, CNC billet. But on this car, we decided this is the first one we've done like this, these little hood vents out of carbon. So yeah, I'm kind of happy with the way that came out. That looks actually pretty cool. I thought. I like it better.
This is a two-piece carbon hood too, right?
Yeah. So it's A side and B side full carbon.
Very cool. That's better than most of the stuff you see in the aftermarket, right? Where it's just the top skin.
I'll give it a pop for you.
All right.
Needs a little wipe down, but yeah, so you can see the B side. When we make the hood, obviously the newer Hellcats have a very, very functional air box. And the last thing we want to do is starve a motor like this for air when it's engineered pretty well from the factory. So when we did our B side of these hoods, we made sure that we're able to encompass the same, that little bezel that kind of lines right up with the stock airbox.
Yeah, so that is a functional intake bringing in cold air.
Yeah,
into the intake.
it's functional.
And I'm assuming the cold air headlights are also routing air into the
Oh yeah,
stock
that's
airbox,
still functional,
right?
as well. Absolutely.
Very cool. So all the performance here with the Hellcat supercharged V8. And so do you remember which one this is approximately? There's now 4 or 5 different iterations of Hellcat.
So this was the standard Hellcat in 2022, I believe, which was this model year.
I think was updated to 717.
717, I believe, because I think that was like a maybe 20 or 21 they did that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so this is we've been doing a lot of red eyes on the hard top ones, but this car was bought as is already. It was already built, so this was just a standard Hellcat.
Very cool. And then would you be able to do this sort of CUDA build on any Hellcat Challenger?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I get phone calls all the time about it. People asking if we could do scat packs and stuff. I mean, hypothetically, you could even do a 6-cylinder if you wanted to.
If somebody felt so inclined.
Yeah, if you want to do like one of them 6-cylinder all-wheel drive ones, turbo it or something, twin turbo it, you can do it on anything really, as long as it's a Challenger.
Right. And so you guys have left the powertrain stock here for the most part. I'm assuming it's the same for the transmission, the 8-speed and all that
stock.
stuff.
We don't touch
so
anything.
That was still technically under warranty then to some aspects.
Oh yeah, we've had customers go to the dealership for warranty with these cars.
Very cool, very cool. So you get a totally different body and look while maintaining all the factory warranties. Now let's continue moving down the car because there's some really cool details. For example, for these wheels here, you guys have actually gone so far as to change the calipers and even add these cool Hellcat wheel inserts, right, for the center caps?
Yep. Yeah, so those are a custom cut 2-piece forged wheel, also brushed and tinted clear. We did the same color as the stripe on the side on the brake calipers.
These are the Hellcat factory Brembos?
These are factory Brembos, yeah. We just repainted them.
Very cool.
And wrapped it up in some Turos. The Turo helped us out for the show.
Okay.
So yeah.
Sweet. So we have some more fender vents with some of that honeycomb that we pointed out on the front. So kind of continuing that theme throughout.
Keep that CUDA theme. Keep the honeycombs going.
Now moving on to the convertible top. How does this system work? Is it a power system somehow? Is it a soft top? So it's a power convertible top.
Yeah.
Holy
smokes. So yeah, it's a electric soft top. So we did one of the challenges that we had with doing the convertible was how we're gonna hide that top, because the factory boot is just like a black vinyl boot with snaps, and it's not really like the most attractive thing in the world.
Right.
So what
looks great with the top down though.
Yeah, it was funny when this car showed up, when it was like bone stock. I left it in the shop with the top down. Like I even when we pulled it outside, I told everyone, don't put the top up. Stop putting it, because it's really, really ugly with the top up. But so yeah, we rewrapped the whole interior in orange. Being that it's a convertible, we wanted it. The customer wanted to do something with a bit of pop.
And pop it does.
Yeah, this thing glows at night. And then taking it to the back, instead of just trying to remake the stock boot, we made underneath this, they're wrapped in orange leather, but these are actually carbon fiber covers that we made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so these have, when you drop the seat back, they have like 2 quarter turns. They'll pop out, go in the trunk, and then we did that custom billet 2-piece.
More of a honeycomb panel in the back as well.
I would call it more like a rear center console kind of setup.
Okay.
The top one is just kind of for looks and to tie in with that, to split it. The bottom one is functional. There's a speaker box right behind that.
Very
so
nice.
that works as a speaker grill. And then we also did the billet speaker grills on the quarter panel trims and the door trims. And
then of course the headrests were also chopped off when you guys were reupholstering it and kind of give it a cleaner look, or what was the...
Okay, so the headrest thing, it's a funny story. So the owner of the car is here actually. He wanted to shave down the headrests, make them smaller, and he wanted to make like a wing to come out like this. And we did it, and I didn't like the way it looked, and we kind of were all on the same like page where it was like, we don't like the way that looks, and we were all on the same page that it looks really sick and old school with no headrest, even though it's not very safe. So if you're watching at home, don't do this. But so basically when he saw the car for the first time yesterday, and we pulled the headrest out, and we were like, "What?" I have the little stems and a razor blade, and I'm ready to cut a little X and put the headrest in if he wants them. But we're trying to talk him out of it because I think it looks a lot better.
It looks
without
really
them.
good. Yeah.
So you know what? Everyone comment below what you think, headrest or no headrest. So yeah, that's how we're leaving it for now, and I guess TBD. You know, we might take the headrest home and try to edit them a little bit more. Because you know, he was talking about maybe making them a little slimmer because they're very big, chunky headrests in these cars.
Right, which will stand out once the top's down.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna play it by ear with that, but I do like the way that looks. The everything ties together very well and kind of ties the simplicity of the outside to the more kind of, you know, business on the outside, party on the inside kind of thing. So
sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we continue moving down here, we have more of the visible carbon fiber bodywork here, the cool Hellcat badging, the calipers again refinished because everything's very complete. And in the back, we have more Cuda components here, right?
Yeah. So more CNC billet, headlight bezels or taillight bezels. And then these, I gotta grab. Actually, I should be able to put them on without the key. The key's in the F100, but
oh yeah.
So we more honeycomb. It might be hard to see on the camera, but more honeycomb back here. Those are custom 3D printed taillights. We use the factory internals out of the Challenger tails. We have a 3D printed bucket that we put them into with basically just a Lexan lens that we make, and then we make that CNC bezel, and yeah, put them together to look like an oversized Cuda taillight, because you can't use stock Cuda taillight in these because they're like this big.
Well, I have to say, well done, because I mean, part of the challenge you guys had to do with these builds, right, is you had to make a Cuda body that somehow is representative. Right, it's on a way bigger body, and so the proportions are all changed, but you want it to look natural, and I think this looks absolutely phenomenal. But you guys also did a hardtop, right? So let's go check that out real fast.
Let's see it.
Okay, so now we're standing in front of a hardtop Cuda. So tell us about this one, maybe some of the changes. You kind of mentioned the weight differences earlier.
Yeah, so this one is basically what we based our weight differences off of. This is the one that is going to be like about 300 to 400 pounds lighter. This is our standard hardtop one. This is the third one of these that we built. We did 2 purple ones. One was here in 22, one was here in 23, and this one is now here in 24.
Yeah, we featured the purple one, which was an awesome build that had all sorts of different finishes. So
yeah,
let's talk about, I guess, just even finishing and some painting some of these, right?
Yeah, so this color, it's a 4-stage candy pink or candy fuchsia. I originally had made this color for my own personal truck, and I ended up painting this before I got a chance to paint my truck. So mine's a little bit darker and different and flakier now. But yeah, this is like one of my favorite colors that I've ever sprayed. All the same billet stuff that we talked about, most of it is done in just gloss black. But it's all the same billet stuff. Carbon grill surround, carbon lip on the bottom. The wheels are 2-piece with a carbon look hoop, not real carbon hoops.
Okay, on the outer lip there.
Yep, this one has a different stripe setup. That one has I don't know what you would call that stripe because I'm not like the biggest Mopar guy, but this one I know they call the billboard. And I know that I don't love masking it out. But yeah, we did
well, it looks really cool.
We did this on the first 3 of them. But yeah, so it's all raw carbon in that billboard, because obviously the whole body's carbon. So we leave it on the stripe, we leave it on the billboard, and then a couple of accents here and there. But we did a bunch of cool interior stuff on this one too. A bunch of black suede, pink stitching and stuff like that.
Very cool.
So yeah, this one this was a cool one. I missed this one. I haven't seen it in a few months. We finished this one up in I think April.
Very cool. So how much is customizable on these builds? Obviously, kind of the base form is the same, but how much can you change? Or
dude, I love to sit there and tinker with little shit and make spray outs. So the first Cuda we did, the purple one that was here in 22, I made that guy 34 different color spray outs to pick that color, and it gets a little annoying sometimes, but I love doing that because I love to build a car for somebody exactly how they want it. So you could like customize these as much as you want. Like when somebody wants to buy one of these cars, the first thing I tell them is fly into the shop or drive in if you're local. come to the shop, check out what we always have one in progress because we're always building them. See one in progress, see one finished. We have them finished there, and sit down with us, and we'll go through a whole build sheet, and you tell me every little freaking detail you want to change, because that's really that's. I don't only want to build you a car, I want to build you an experience, and I want you to, you know, have that for the rest of your life. Like this is the exact car I wanted.
Very cool. So in other words, if somebody has a question or has something that they've thought of, you're willing to at least give it a shot and see what you can do to make it happen.
Absolutely. So like if you look at that convertible, there's some custom one-off parts on that, like the rockers and stuff like that, that we made specifically for that car because that's what the owner wanted. And it does delay the time a little bit. It'll delay the build a little bit, but it is, you know, you're getting something that's one-off, and, you know, these cars are kind of one-off as it is, but you're getting even more so like, I'm the only car in the world that has this, and this is exactly what I picture in my mind. And,
yeah,
you know,
I mean, we always love the way that these cars look. So, I mean, I think your work speaks for itself once it's all finished. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Very cool. So, obviously, you do a lot of this stuff on social media. You feature a lot of these cars, some of the behind the scenes, right? Works in progress. What's the best way for people to find that stuff?
The best spot is my Instagram. It's 612_Danny. That's where I post the most. I post, you know, a couple times a week, reels and pictures, and I post on my story constantly of whatever stupidness we're doing in the shop or even outside of the shop. You know, I like to invite everyone to, you know, see everything we're doing. So that, and then we have a YouTube channel where we feature a lot of these builds. 612 Autoworks is a YouTube channel.
Okay.
And then yeah, if you want to get in touch with us for a build, you could head to our website. Our email's on there, or just send me a DM on Instagram, or, you know, just call the shop.
Very cool. Well, thank you very much, Danny, for walking us through these cars. These are incredible here at SEMA. If you guys enjoyed the video and can leave a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Consider getting subscribed for more content like this in the future. And of course, make sure you check out Danny. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.